All right, we are moving on now to teaching your clients the hard style swing. So we went over the GS style swing and all the basic mechanics. Now we just have to get them to do one more active knee bend. So we'll have them, first of all, try it with no weight. I always like to reinforce movement patterns under no tension. Sometimes they're a little anxious about it, so this helps relieve them as well. I also have them pretend they're hiking a football. So from the front you can see I'm making a connection of my forearms with my torso. They actually almost make that slapping sound as they go through, and a lot of people will be a little apprehensive about doing this at first, and you'll find that they're trying to swing their bell low down by their knees. So it has to be just like you're a football player and you're getting that in close to the groin, keeping the connection of the arms with the torso of the body, just like we taught them in the GS style swing. Don't let this come disconnected from your body. And if it takes it, I take some just general towels and I'll fold them the long way, put them underneath their armpit, and have them hang them there. And that way, if they do come disconnected, the towel will fall. And it gives them a good mind-muscle connection on how to keep their arms connected to the torso. So the same thing, hard style. Once you've done it without the weight, then you're going to have them approach the weight in their shoulder width stance and just start moving in the GS style swing. Once they get their comfort level back with that, then you can have them actively bend the knee. So a deep hike and bend. So you may want to give them a few verbal cues. So you can say, sit down, stand up. Sit down, stand up. Or hips back and down. Back and down. Back and down. And by keeping the verbal cues short, you can help your client rather than try and talk too much. They're trying to process too many things in their mind at one time. So keep it short and sweet. I also sometimes will use a brushing technique if a client is not getting enough of the hips backwards. I'll stand beside them and let them start doing their two-handed swing, and then I'll actually ask them permission if I can just brush my hand to the outside of their hip. If they're okay with that, then they start swinging. And as they're doing so, if they're not coming far enough back and down, I'll just brush at the right time and just try and get them into that back and down, back and down, back and down. And that way, they're kind of like, okay, so that's what my body's supposed to be doing, is going this direction instead of we get this up and down motion that a lot of people you'll see will want to do. Some of it could be due to shortened hamstrings, especially the guys, no offense, but you tend to have really, really tight hamstrings, calves, and Achilles. So don't be afraid to work with them on some door frame drills to help get that back into position. So anything that you have that is stationary, won't fall over, have them get rather close. Start the movement at the hip joint and just have them work themselves back down into a full squat. And most people mechanically can do this once they get that comfort level. And then you just have them start working lighter and lighter. And these are things they can practice at home to help improve their lifts between coming to classes. So those are the key points I'd like you to remember in teaching the GS style swing. I always start with that progression first, then working into the hard style swing, two-hand, and then you can move on into a one-style or one-handed swing if you feel that your crowd is up for it. So you can always save that for another workshop or another training session, but really just getting the mechanics I think is more important of the hips, the bracing, and the breathing. And then your clients will be safe and happy. So we'll see you in a minute for an instruction video on the cleans.